Boy, for people who work in the business world, time management is so important. We all read about setting our priorities every day, making our to-do list, making sure we're getting things done and checking them off. But what should our priorities really be? I want to talk to you about it in your morning cup of inspiration. Yeah, what are your priorities each day? I read an article not long ago. It was on my phone, and I went back to try to find it, but I couldn't. And it was 4 or 5 things that highly successful people do first thing in the morning. And I thought it was fascinating. One of the things that they do is they drink water instead of coffee first thing because you've been sleeping all night, you're dehydrated, you need to hydrate. Second thing they did was they exercised. The third thing is that they didn't rush to their computer to check their emails or to their phones to see what the news of the day was. They thought it was important to spend time alone in the quiet, thinking. And fourth was the most important one. They looked at each day as if it could be their last day alive. Have you ever thought about that as you've made your to-do list? Boy, that would really change your priorities around a lot, wouldn't they, for each day? If you thought that day could be your last day, how would it change what you would do, who you would be with, what you would say to those people you were with? I think it's so important. And as we all make our plans and do our time management, we have to realize that ultimately God decides what happens and what will ultimately happen to us in our plans. In James, let's go back to Proverbs. Proverbs 19:11 is a great verse. It says, 19:21. Proverbs 19:21. Many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. So ultimately, it's up to God how things work out in your life and each and every day. And over in James chapter 4, verse 14, we read, "Why, you do not even know what will happen tomorrow. What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes." You know, now that I'm involved in ministry with Fearless Faith and all the things that we're doing, time management is more important than ever. But I want to make sure that I'm spending my time the way God wants me to spend my time. That's why I start out every morning in quiet, reading His Word, hearing from Him and praying, taking my requests before Him and asking Him for wisdom. Because time is the most precious commodity we have. It's not unlimited. We have a certain amount of time here on this earth. Remember that verse that we read in James 4. Your life is but a vapor. What are you going to do with that vapor? It's kind of like the dash on your tombstone. You know, they have the year you were born and the year you passed away. But what did you do with the dash? Let's use our time wisely. Let's look at today as if it could be our last and have that help us as we establish our priorities for each day. God bless you. I'll see you soon for another morning cup of inspiration.